Hi, this is Ray Evans with the Pegasus team at Infinitas Wealth Counsel in Kansas City. And it's interesting to track 5 years plus later some of the effects of COVID and perhaps the after effects as well. And certainly in our business, we tend to evaluate this predominantly from a business standpoint, market return standpoint, and how that's impacted certain industries. But it's interesting having several friends who are educators, getting some feedback from them on the impact from an education standpoint. And really, the numbers post-COVID are super sobering. One of my educational friends shared with me that according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, only 22% of high school seniors in the United States are proficient in math. That's the lowest percentage ever recorded. And reading isn't much better. It's about 35% of high school seniors in 2025 are considered proficient. Science scores, 31% of 8th graders are considered proficient. So it's not just from that standpoint, but we're going to focus a little bit about math specifically. And it's pretty crazy as you look at this chart to identify the fallback just in 5 years' time. So much of it tied to not being able to meet live, trying to get used to virtual education. My daughter, oldest daughter at the time, was a grade school teacher, and watching her come back from Chicago, work from home, and try to quote, entertain clients with a virtual presentation was both entertaining as a parent, but also had to be incredibly difficult. And I think that was clearly a situation where it was difficult to be as effective as before. We are particularly worried about how this has impacted people who might be on the margin, families who might be on the margin. So we've got a lot of work to do, not just in the United States, but in the rest of the world, to get people back in the classroom, perhaps not as comfortable with virtual learning as we thought would be an advantage, and perhaps get people back to basics and understanding and having accountability for their performance from a math, reading, and writing standpoint. Sobering stuff. If you'd like a copy of this chart or any reports that we have, ray.evans@PegasusKC, and we will get that in your hands. Thanks very much.